it would help if I unmuted the microphone, wouldn't it? Hopefully that's working. Hi, hello. Obviously I've left things a little later than I planned, so I have not threaded my machine yet, so I just do that quickly. Okay, I don't know if your screens look any different, but on my screen you've now got little blue name tags, so hopefully that means I have actually now set up mods or moderators. So we will get this all thread up nicely. And is the music all playing? Yep. Yeah, cool. Okay. So I said that I was going to do a zipper pouch. I decided to switch it up and change my mind, as is my prerogative. So depending on how it goes and how long it all takes, I may still do the zipper pouch, but I got a message from a friend with a custom request, so I decided that it would be fun to do that instead, because I'm really enjoying sewing up custom items live. So yeah, thought we'd give that a go. Right. Is it still playing? I think the music is still going. It's got a random notification. Oh, no, it's coming through my computer now. Why are you doing that? Don't know what's going on there. Doesn't want to play through my headphones today. Oh. Okay. Yes, what was I saying? Yeah, music is playing. Yeah, it keeps switching between my computer and my headphones. So, because when it plays through the computer, the microphone picks it up, which obviously isn't great because then you're getting double the music. So I've got it playing through my headphones, but who knows? Who knows what's going on? It is not a particularly organised stream today, as you may have noticed. So last week I had planned on streaming, but life happened. Life happened. We ended up with a bit of a flood and a burst pipe, so had to cancel last minute. So I'm back. I'm here this week, and I just feel really out of sorts with it because, yeah, everything last week was panicked, and so therefore that transfers to this week somehow. But yeah, anyway, I have actually spreaded up my machine now, so we're going to be sewing up a shade slayer from K.Azconda Designs in this Kraken print for my friend Danny, who runs Kraken 3D Designs. This is her own artwork, her own print that we've gone printed up and gradually working our way through endless amounts of Kraken pieces. If you've followed me on social medias and everything for any length of time, you'll know I've sewn up an awful lot in this print for her, so we're big fans here. I have gone ahead and edge painted the tab, just because you do not want to sit and watch me edge paint and literally watch paint dry. So we've done that, we have skipped ahead, but I still need to top stitch it and everything. Yes, let's get started. As I say, I feel really like weird and out of sorts today, so we'll see how it goes. But yeah, so we need to find midway on our tab. So I have made a glasses case for Danny before, but I completely forgot to add a D-ring tab to it. So we are definitely remembering to do that this time. But yes, so this is actually a larger size to the sunglasses cases I usually make, because she has just got some new sunglasses and they are bigger than like standard. So sized up, I'm doing the larger size. Music has started again, I think. It says music is playing my end. Hopefully there's some music for you guys. I don't know. It's just, everything feels very flustered and panicked today. But yeah, it's low in the background. Okay, awesome. Awesome. Hopefully that means my audio ducking is working. I've tried to set it up so that the music goes down when I'm talking. I don't know how successful I've been with that, but hopefully the fact that it's low means that it has actually worked. So we'll see. We'll see. So we've got our little tab. I've literally just drawn a line down the centre, folded the edges in, and we're just top stitch along the edges. Oh, helps if we didn't have a great big knot. Look, what are we going on? Oh dear. Our thread broke. Why did our thread break? How weird. No. So this is the first thing I'm sewing in almost a week. So it feels really odd. I have taken most of this week off. Oh, let's thread our needle. Apparently I can't talk and thread a needle. I've taken most of this week off because I did a tattoo convention at the weekend and it was exhausting. So I've just been trying to chill and I've actually been reading, which has been nice. I have missed sewing though, so I am glad to be back. But it also feels really weird. Like, yeah, part of me has been missing. So, yeah. But we'll get back in the swing of it, won't we? Hi, welcome. Thank you for joining. There we go. So, where are we? I'm very disorganised today, aren't I? So, we're just going to thread our little D-ring onto our tab. And I'm just going to do a couple of stitches to keep it in place because I don't trust myself today not to lose it. There we go. And then I'm just gonna do whip round and do top stitching. I'm not doing well with words today, am I? Oh, we're gonna top stitch around our tab. So there's no particular right or wrong way up on this, so whatever is top right now will be the top of our tab. Try and do it as neat as possible. There we go. So, I did actually think ahead and I have got a spare bobbin wound, which makes a change for me. I'd like one to keep me warm, please. One what? Well, let's just make sure we've got it the right way up. So I've already pre-punched the hole in the centre. So I've just put the magnet tab through and then we will switch out the dies. on the rivet press. So I tend to use rivet magnetic snaps just because they are a little easier to use. There we go. Done. And they're just a little more secure, and you don't have like the little prongs sticking out in the back and stuff. So I have already secured my snap to my main panel. So we're just going to measure so that we've got some overhang. It would just having some overhang keeps it a little more anchored, a little more secure, and stops it pulling quite so much. So, alright. So we're just going to line those up, and I'm just going to tack it on so that it doesn't shift about when we're sewing. Have I done that right? Yes, I have done that right. Okay, so it's gonna fold in half, and then once we've put everything on, it's gonna snap like that. So, don't be shy, you make a fortune and you venture to try. How odd is making up on the chat overlay, but not in the actual chat. Oh, have we actually got a chat overlay this time? I've been trying to get a chat overlay for a long time. Chat box. Oh yeah, we have. We got a little chat box. Is that completely in the way for everyone? I feel like that is actually completely in the way for everyone. But I don't quite know where else to put it. But yeah. Oh, I'm moving the whole camera. Where's the chat? No, I don't seem to be able to move the chat box anyway. No idea. Let's just... There we go. There we go. No idea. What are we doing? But either way, so tab, we'll pop it on. We're gonna tack it in place. Just again so it doesn't shift around on us when we're sewing. There we go. Where is my logo tag? We lost my logo tag. There we go. So, just tack my logo tag into place as well. There. So now we're just gonna take, so we've got, there was the logo tag. We've got our tab tacked in, we've got our D-ring, and I've got my little logo tag tacked on. So gonna flip it over, and then we're just gonna clip right sides together all the way around. So all the way around. Oh, that one's broken. Problem with these plastic clips is they are always breaking on me. I do have some metal ones somewhere, but I can't for the life of me remember where I put them. But all the way around. And I need to remember to leave a gap open for turning. Awesome, thank you guys. So we're going to switch to a sewing one, and we're just going to try and, as I say, leave a hole for turning. And stitch all the way around the edge of this. We've overshot a little bit there, so we're just going to go back a little. I'm terrible at doing corners, I really am. So, as I say, this is a bigger size than I usually offer, but I think it might be quite useful going into summer, because I know some people have some quite thick sunglasses. So this is, I usually make them base for like regular reading glasses, but I might start offering 2 sizes. I've sort of been trying to add more options to my website recently. Because obviously everyone has different like needs, so just trying to avoid sewing the D-ring tab because we do not want to break a needle. Just hand cranking just to make sure, because yeah, we do not need to break needles on stream. There we go. So, right the way across. And down. There we go. Sorted. So, when I do leave my turning hole, I always sew out because it kind of anchors it a little better and stops it pulling so much, because when you're turning it, it's quite a strain on the fabric, and I just find that way it gives it a little more integrity. I'm just going to sew over this tab one more time because I just don't feel like it is as secure as it can be. So there we go. So, there we go. Just because that's going to be a point of strain. So again, if you're connecting it to key rings, to bags and stuff, and then you're tugging and pulling on it, I don't want it being pulled out and ripping the fabric at all. So I've got some pinking shears. So they're basically like little zigzag scissors. And I'm just going to trim around the seam allowance so that it's got a little less there for when we're turning it, and it'll just give us nice and neat corners. So there we go. Oh. Go, and try and get right into that, because this little V is going to be real awkward to turn out, like this little bit here. So we're going to make sure to try and cut as deep into that without cutting our stitches as possible, because it's just going to not sit very nicely otherwise. So I'm just going to use my little snips to try and make sure that we've got the best best possible results. So there we go. And as I say, I've just trimmed off all of the corners because they're going to be a real pain otherwise. Now for the difficult bit. So we're going to try and flip this whole thing inside out for our tiny little turning hole. And this is quite a stiff vinyl, so it's going to be rather awkward. But yeah. Eesh. See, this is where I would usually get my heat gun out, but it's not plugged in at the moment, and not too sure where I've put it. So I don't really want to go rummaging around whilst on a live. But come on. This is where working hands really helps. Got Nugget just over staring at me, wondering what on earth is going on. Ugh, we might need to get the heat gun. Right, give me a sec, let me find the heat gun, and I'm just going to pause this and we'll be back in a sec. Where is the heat gun? Back. So, just going to warm it up a little bit. There we go. See if that helps. Ah, yeah. Okay. Sorry, I realise I'm doing most of this off camera, aren't I? Sorry. Little heat goes a long way. There we are. Put that away. Sorted. So now we just need to push out all of our corners and get everything lined up nicely. So got a chopstick and just going to use that to push out all of our corners. And this is where the pinking shears really came in handy, because we should be able to get some nice sharp corners now. So there we go. So I'm just going to make it as neat as possible. And yeah, there we go. Sorted. Is that all of our corners nice? Oh, we still got the bottom corner, so just this little corner down here we just still need to push out. There we go. So now we got all the right way in. We're still a little bubbly and all over the place, but it's all good. So we're just going to go around and sort of clip and hold things in place for now, and then we're going to do our top stitch. So we're just going to hold our turning hole closed, because that's going to be the area that's going to cause us the most trouble. Oh, I'm just going to make sure that corner, because I'm not quite happy with it. There we go, that's a bit better. So we've got our corners nice and crisp. And then we're going to switch to top stitching. And again, I'm just going to put a couple of clips just to hold it nice, because top stitching is only as good as your turning. So there we go. And we're just going to back stitch him. Sorted. There we go. So we've just got a nice top stitch across the edge, because that's going to be our front piece that's folding over. And then we're just going to fold it all in half. So that's how it's going to look in the end. So we're just going to clip these in place. Now this is where plastic clips throw a tantrum, so I'm going to get out the heavy duty clips, just because I break so many of those little plastic ones trying to clip fabric that is just a little bit too thick. And this is now essentially 4 layers of vinyl and 4 layers of my microfiber lining, so it's not gonna be easy to hold. So dropping things everywhere. There we go. And I think I'm just going to pop the clip up here as well, just to hold it for us. So this is what we're looking like at the moment, and then our tab will fold over and secure like that. So now we're just going to whiz around and top stitch from this corner right up, round, across and back down to the fold. And then we're pretty much done. This one's a real simple one. So just make sure we've got everything nicely lined up. Back stitching as we go. Going to be real careful over this tab again, just because it's really thick there, because you've got even more vinyl. So we're just going to hand crank. There we go. And then we can finish up across, down, there we go. And then making sure, because this is where our 2 pieces are lining up, so I'm just doing my best to make sure that everything is straight. And then across the bottom. And done. So we're going to trim off our threads. There we go. So just snap that together, and you've got a glasses case. So as I say, this one's bigger than my normal one, like hand for scale. I don't have any of my regular glasses cases on hand because I still haven't unpacked them after the market that I did at the weekend, but we're real nice and skinny, but we've got plenty of space for sunglasses. As I say, this is the largest size, so it's good for sunglasses. And yeah, we're all sewn. that was really simple, wasn't it? I will save the zipper pouch that I was originally going to do on live, and I will save that for next week, I think, because I haven't really thought or planned about what I'm going to be doing next week, and I do have another market coming up, so we need to be sewing for that. But yeah, I think I'm going to leave it there just because not feeling the best. So yeah, I know it wasn't a particularly interesting live stream, was it? But we'll see. And I'm trying my best to do these as regularly as possible. As I say, last week was a bit of a curveball, but I do want to live stream again next week if I can. So yeah, thank you all for watching, and yeah, sewing along with me. It's, as I say, the Shade Slayer from K.Azconda Designs, and yeah, hope you enjoy.